And it's showtime, and we're live again. I'm still alive. Wow. It's been a while. Yep, we've been digesting, shedding, like many of us. Some people are totally oblivious to what's going on, and that's okay. But somehow we are holding the energies, um, and strong they are indeed. So let us just set the space and the tone and bring in beautiful sacred essence and just clear the energy space around us. Because we are definitely moving into a whole exciting new era. Welcome to New Earth, guys. Welcome. So, clearing the head, clearing the heart, and clearing the base in beautiful alignment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll just always nice to be back into it. It's a little chilly there. It never stops being chilly. So we're all getting a little bit of frosty treatment and enjoying it clears the brain beautifully, which is kind of quite wonderful. So, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. So welcome to this very sacred space. Churning waters indeed we've had, no doubt everybody has been dumped around a little bit, and we are fighting is not the word, but hey, we'll use it. Fighting to get through this portal for many of us, yeah, and to just like push Earth through and keep the collective up. And it's the end of drama and trauma. So as we move into this beautiful space, we have a few days to go to finish clearing off the snake. I carefully chose the word the snake because we have almost completed the year of the snake, and I think it is round about the 17th or the 18th. We've got a very busy year, never mind a busy month, and we have Mahashivratri on the 14th, which is that night where we all stay awake for the blessings of Shiva. It's very busy out there with Buddha and Uncle Jesus and Shiva and a lot of very beautiful blue beings. I think many of us are feeling them. Shiva seems to be popping up in a lot of places. I'm really blessed and grateful for that because he's been very misunderstood and not that revered for a long time. So we have just come out of Gupt Navratri, which I purposefully didn't share. Gupt means secret or hidden. And Navratri, Lindsay, my lovely, hello, welcome. We'll understand a little bit of what's been going on in our head spaces right now. And yeah, we are moving into really, it's time, guys. It's definitely time to just let that stuff go and just use these last couple of weeks to just shed that tail of the snake. As I say, I use that word very clearly right now, snake, because on Friday I will be working with the head of the serpent, of the cosmic serpent, which is a little bit different to the snake, but not quite. So we've been through this incredible year of shedding and change and so much has been packed into this year, especially with our grieving processes. But we are moving in. We have just had Neptune um, move into Aries, and it's going to be sitting there for 14 years, which is a long time. So just ease yourself into it, which is the space of the spiritual warrior cycle. And I think on the 14th, which is also so significant because it is the day of Shiva, Saturn moves into Aries as well, which is time, and we'll get into that a bit later. But it's discipline and focus and energy. So right now we're entering a very long cycle, 14 years, and Saturn will be there for 2 to 3 years, just two and a half years or so. We are entering a long cycle of time where truth is no longer something we think about. It is something we must now live. The energies now ask for steadiness rather than striving, clarity rather than noise, and integrity rather than force. The spiritual warrior is put away your swords, because that's not what it's about. It's about the breastplate and the shoes and the helmet. Yes, it is the sword of truth, but let somebody else do that. We need to just be very steady and very strong in our convictions of who we are right now and where we're moving and what we want. There's been a lot of shedding and clarity for a lot of people, that we're no longer just like jumping into the next shiny thing, and we are focusing on what is true for us, or it's being revealed what is true for us. Imagine a quiet vertical line of awareness within you. It's a very strong golden line, which I'll explain just now, where you'll know where we've all been for a bit, which is calm, present, and unmovable. This is the still point. When we stay aligned with it, life becomes simpler, even when it is demanding. So it's kind of, we're not going to do that because we've done that 101 times before and we don't like the outcome. So we're going to change our outcome. A big thing I'm working with right now is not the I am, it's I choose. It's very big. I choose whatever I'm doing right now. I choose to be live right now. I choose to drink a cup of tea. I choose to go for a walk. I choose to play computer games. Just for 5 minutes. I do like just kind of block my brain out a bit. So when we stay aligned with it, we can become simpler, even when life is demanding. When we know where we are. From this center, strength rises naturally, not as aggression, but as dignity. Action is no longer rushed. Words are chosen carefully. Silence becomes as powerful as speech. At the foundation, stability matters. We are being asked to care for the body, for our nervous system, and the small daily rhythms that keep us grounded. This is not a time for excess drama or trauma. It is a time for reliability and inner order. Around us, time itself is teaching. What is not aligned will slowly fall away. What is real will endure. There is no punishment here, only refinement. This is the rise of the spiritual warrior, calm, ethical, compassionate, and awake. One who stands in truth without needing to fight. One who protects life by being present within it. May we walk the cycle with steadiness, humility, and grace. May our strength be quiet and our presence be trustworthy. So very interesting times. So what we have come through with Gupta, as I said, we did it, I think last year or the year before. It's not about the sweet, happy goddesses and all their different manifestations. Gupt Navratri is about the dark sides of the goddess. They're not pretty, um, and we might have felt them like vibrating in our lives. They stand for really shedding. Um, I didn't do it very deeply this year. I just like because I was doing it in my own space, which I think we all were. Whether we, it's like whether you believe in the sun or not, it doesn't matter. It's still going to shine. So thank goodness for the explanations of the Vedas and the Hindu philosophy, and it just makes a lot more sense. They've been working on spirituality as a way of life for thousands and thousands of years, from the breath work to the mudras to the poses to the yoga poses to the eating to meditations to all sorts of wonderful things. So, as you know, if I have a problem, I go back to the Vedas and have a look what's happening there. Um, so, let's just go very briefly through some of these amazing goddesses that have been with us, and their story, where they actually came from, is also very, very interesting. Um, when Shiva was first married to Sati before Parvati, and her father was holding a big fire ceremony, and they weren't invited, and she wanted to go. Hey, Dibs, at 3 p.m. Sorry, Josh, my lovely. Hello. Yes, we've been through a lot of big stuff here. Yeah, I haven't been live for a while, but in all sorts of levels, I think we've all been going through quite a death process. So I was just saying that it actually finishes today. Gupt Navratri, which is Gupt means hidden and secret, or it's very inner. It's the alternate path. It's definitely not for everybody, which is, I thought we had more than enough on our plates right now, all of us. And that's okay, my love. Just listen, it's more important than chatting. So if you can just understand a little bit what has been going on in the last 9 days, and we're taking this energy through for a while. I say, you know that Neptune has moved into Aries, so we moved into the space of the spiritual warrior. Neptune is our spiritual aspect, and with Aries gives it a lot of vavavoom. So, but it's quiet, yeah. I am serious. It is my nature, so it's been a little rough. So it just puts a little bit into perspective. If you want me to go into it deeper next week, I will. Or maybe we need to. Sometimes it's just like build a bridge, guys. That's where we are right. That's where I'm feeling we are right now. Letting stuff go. We've been doing this grieving process for way too long. And it's now Neptune has moved out of Pisces, which has been so emotional. And it's been there for 14 years. We've been grieving. We've been traumatizing. Yeah, it's a lot. It's okay. It's the cold, and we've all been doing blips. It's like crazy weather. And yesterday, I felt 100 pounds heavier. Today's a lot lighter. Just jumping in quickly with this. If you're not meditating, if there's anything you should be doing, is meditating. Now, just really go inside. So much stuff is opening up. Yeah. Um, I'm getting very into quiet meditations at the moment, which is really like quite amazing. And obviously, we have beautiful time at with Truth Wave. Yep, it's moved. It moved. Yes, it moved on the 26th, and it's there now for 14 years. Hey, so we've got a time, and this is, let's say, we're shedding the last of the snake. And for me, I'm feeling that we will be embracing the cosmic serpent versus like shedding the snake. And I never know where to really start. This works for me in three very, very distinct parts. These 9 goddesses, well, 10 goddesses that I'm going to go through now, actually, well, 7 of them form this beautiful, incredible axis and this beautiful, strong spine with Shakti and Shiva. But if we don't have our blessed and wonderful Ganesha to actually hold the space, we're going to really get into trouble. So if it's not Ganesha, it's grounding. It's grounding. It's really working deeply with your base chakra, grounding into the earth, dancing, moving, walking, walking meditations. I hope I'll get time to go through some walking meditations, which are really beautiful and simple. And it's just about focusing more and more and more. Yeah. Yeah, and it is. It's like, yeah, and it's for me. I was thinking about it. It's actually like moving house. So if we look at it that way and just think, I hope that I make these things because they are very difficult concepts to get one's Western brain around. So we have these three. For me, it's the three male in the male trinity, which is Buddha, Shiva, and Uncle Jesus, which are really working really hard. Um, I want to share. No, we'll move into that. So, as I said, we've worked with these 9 goddesses, like 10 goddesses, 10 aspects. Oh, so when they arrived, so Shiva said to Sati, no, I don't think you should go. And she said, well, typical. She said, I want to go. It's my family. They obviously forgot to invite us, but I don't need an invitation. I'm going. And she said, I don't get a good feeling about this. I really don't. I don't think you should go. No, I'm going. No, don't go. And of course, she started to rage and she showed another side of herself. And as Shiva wanted to kind of stop her or to every direction that he looked in to stop her, he actually saw a manifestation of one of these goddesses. So it was like the 8 areas, and then, well, 7 areas, and then the 3 around. And they were all like horrible goddesses, each one more terrible aspect of another. I love the Hindu stuff because they actually have a god or a goddess for every single thing that you can imagine. And remember, it's not a religion. Um, one thinks there's how many religions are there on the planet? Or how many gods and goddesses are there in the Hindu stuff? And you can change. You can choose what you want. You can keep. You can change. You don't have to do this one. You can do another aspect, whatever you're needing at that moment. So I think at the moment there are about 8 billion religions on the planet because each one has their own particular way. Okay, so let us talk about this beautiful aspect of Ma Kali. Kali, as we know, Kali, she's kind of, lots of releasing. So these aspects can help you. So we started with death. And people think, and Shiva, I saw somebody else is also doing a big Shiva thing at the moment, which is really, that just came across my thing today. And I said, well, I'm so glad because I've been really like, I've just shut off and just like talked to myself because it's just been too wild out there. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's beautiful. They've got doing a lot of stuff at the moment as well. Well, everybody's doing stuff at the moment. So just don't hop around too much. That's my if I have a suggestion, it's just find or let it find you, and just focus on it and hang in there. Just hang in there, and it will be revealed. As Patanjali, which is something I'm working with hugely, Patanjali condensed so much into like 10 pages of he wrote the Yoga Sutras and made everything like really, really simple, because at that time there were like 1,500 different philosophies going on. He was just before Buddha. Yeah, yeah. So he simplified it very much, which I will over this year go into that a bit more. But first we have Ma Kali. Let's just give us some nice big pictures here, then I can do this. Ta-da. There we go. Ma Kali. She's in this aspect, she is the goddess of time, of death, and of liberation. Oh, I wanted to just mention that with Shiva. Shiva, a lot of people for many years have feared Shiva. He can be quite fearful, and which is why I relate to him, because my life has been such a mess that there's only one being that can actually vaguely relate to this, and that's Shiva. But he does hold the aspect of death and rebirth very strongly. Yeah, it's not just destruction; it's our inner death. And apparently, this person was doing the process of the Tibetan sky burial. I don't know if you know about that. I read about that years ago. Tibetan sky burial. I thought it was a bit rough, but it's fine. I've done my death stuff, and I think a lot of us here have really done death stuff. If you've ever tried to out yourself or had a near-death experience, these things you know, yeah. But the Tibetan sky burial, I think I'm just like trying to remember. It's like quite wild, but it's quite beautiful. They take the bodies up to the top of the mountain. I think they break the bones, and then they just leave the body there for the vultures to come and pick and remove and feast. But that's kind of what we've been feeling. We've been stripped, guys. I'm sure you can relate. Been stripped. So the raw force of reality. When this is over, just know it's been done. You know, it's been done. So please don't go and pick it up again. Jumping back into that again, I had this thought, and then I just heard at the end bit about the with organ donors. I don't know what you guys were talking about, but I was just thinking it's like, you know, this is why we keep picking up our grief, and why do we do it? You know, it's just big money out there right now, and it's going to become huge money for people. People love to wallow around, and it's not doing any service whatsoever. It's like, you know, you got the pain, build a bridge, get the t-shirt, move on quickly, build a ladder fast as you can, leave that shit behind. Okay. But it's like people that, you know, people that have had amputations, they will for a long time, sometimes for years, they will feel, sense itching or pain in the limb that is no longer there. And sometimes those pains can be like very, very real. So it's still there. And on the other side of it, that when people have transplants, we all know that people wake up and they've never had like Kentucky chicken, and they're just craving, or they like craving alcohol or Kentucky chicken or something. So it's exactly the same. But let's look at this in a positive way. So a lot of this, so now we have had a transplant, whether we like it or not. It's happened. So if you're smart enough and brave enough and courageous enough, which is what we're all being called to do, is just to accept it and to embrace it and bring it into alignment. Just bring yourself constantly into alignment. Remind yourself, you know, every hour, I am, or I choose. What am I choosing? Let's just say that's my big word right now. I choose. And So the raw force of reality itself is Ma Kali. She destroys illusion, ego, and false identity. She is the mantra paths, the cremation ground. She is wisdom and she is fierce grace. Um, her story is that Shiva actually, she was so wild. Well, let's not go into that too much. Let's just go very briefly through them because we've got more than enough to know about Makali. Ta-da! Matara, she's the savioress. None of these goddesses are pretty. They're all um, rough, very rough. She guides us across danger, darkness, and transition. She's fit like the old hag. She's linked to sound, to mantra, and to protection. Both Hindu and Buddhist Tara converge here. You know, the Buddhists have a lot of the white Tara, the green Tara. And then we have Tripura. That's Lalita. She's actually quite beautiful, but there's no sentiment here. You know, this is so if you're feeling that you're kind of not feeling, but you are feeling, and you're looking at things in a very detached way. I would actually say many years ago, it's my psychopathic nature that I can actually shut off and move on. I had to really work on it hard, yeah, so that I could kind of, good life carries on, yeah, can't fall apart. I didn't have any backup plan. I'll just put this here very quickly, very briefly. She actually holds the Sri Rantra, which is something which just starts to work within you. It's nothing to really be put out there to meditate upon. It's something that starts to unfold in you. She is divine beauty and she is the holder of sacred geometry. And everything in Hindu is made out of, it's the Trinity, is made out of triangles. She is the supreme harmony of the cosmos, the embodiment of the Sri Yantra. She is desire purified into devotion. It's not ritual, it's a very strong conviction and devotion. Bhuvaneswari, she is the keeper of space and the great cosmic womb. It's like the womb. She is the void itself, the field in which all arises. She is the mother of worlds, holding everything without judgment. It just is. But as some of you know, it's not so. I quite like going into the void now. I've come to really enjoy it and consciously go into it. And then we had Bhairavi. She's great, isn't she fabulous? Chopping heads of demons and blood all over. As I said, these are not the pretty aspects of the goddess. These are all the dark sides of Kali. The dark side. And these are we all have these in us. Huh? And these are also our fears and our horror. But we don't want to be like this, okay? She's the inner fire, she's discipline, she's the flame of awakening, the power that burns karma through spiritual heat. The shock, the kundalini, she severs illusion instantly and represses the moment of awakening that cannot be undone. So, we're too far down the path. Dhumavati is the void and loss, the elder wisdom. She's the wisdom goddess. She governs emptiness, grief, poverty of ego, and deep renunciation. She's feared, misunderstood, and profoundly compassionate. Oh, I'm sorry, I've got it wrong. This is Buglamuti. This is Buglamuti. She grabs our tongue. She brings us into stillness, into silence, and into control of our speech. Um, she holds this great big club in her hand, so she whacks him over the head. He is some demon. I don't know the name of him right now. She paralyzes negativity, gossip, and psychic attack. She is the goddess of mantra mastery and stopping harmful forces. And yeah, we have been under attack, so don't go too deep into it, but know that we are. And just remember to keep protecting ourselves as much as we can. It's always a good idea to put a little bubble around yourself as often as you can. We like your bubble. I like walking around in a bubble all the time. Big bubble. Oh, who have we got next? We've got Matanjini. Oops. Oh dear, we got somewhere else. Those are other things I've been doing. Matangi, she is sacred speech. She is marginal wisdom. She's associated with outcasts, musicians, poets, um, musicians. She rules language, intuition, taboo, the things that we shouldn't be saying, and divine disorder. It's not chaos. The time of chaos is really over. So please, no more chaos. Don't create chaos in your life. Stop it as quickly as you possibly can and bring yourself back into this alignment. And these girls have done it. Okay. They do come around later on in the year, and I'll just see this. It's definitely not for everybody. And today we have this beautiful space of Kamala. She is kind of Lakshmi, but she's not the sweet, sweet Lakshmi. She is abundance, and she's way beyond politeness. She's not the sweet Lakshmi of homes, but cosmic prosperity rooted in spiritual worthiness. And just very interesting as well, because I love the stories in the Vedas and the Puranas, because hey mama, they just make it like she your type. Who's your type, Debs? Oh, Millie, yeah, hard. This is the hard. This is not Mala. This is not my Kali. And then the story is that when Shiva went to Daksha's place and he saw that Sati had emulated herself, that she got so angry that she burst into flame. He was beyond grief, and he opened his third eye, and out came Kali, and went absolutely crazy, and would have destroyed everything. His grief and his fury and anger was just so big. So clarity is in the eye of the storm, absolutely. And we are, yeah. I said, I know that, I think was it last year when Kali broke my nose. I fell in the bathroom. I passed out, actually. I fainted and crashed onto the floor. I think it was like kind of. So these girls, they're done. They're done. So we having a celebration today. It's not a great big wara big celebration like usual Navaratri. It's just deep gratitude, deep grace that we've actually passed through this fire. And it's such a beautiful time as we're moving into the space of the warrior. Millie, my love, this one you spell with 2 A's. She's not she is the Kali, but she's like to the power of 10, because she holds within her, she holds all these others. And yeah, that's I honestly, personally, know that you've got her as your buddy, and that she'll look after you. But without knowing too much about Kali worship and devotion, it's dark. It's dark and it's harsh, and just know that she's there. Um, my focus right now is very much on Shiva and back to beloved Ganesha, who actually holds the tail of the serpent. You know, when we were talking about that great big churning of the oceans, it's pretty much all in there. All these stories and all the wisdom comes out of this. I don't think they're stories. Uh, Um, no, she's not Durga. No, 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 no. She's not Durga at all. No, this is the other aspect. It's like the really no. That we do the other. Durga's beautiful. She has all those other like prayer and children and motherhood and fast fierting, fierce. I was going to say fierce farting. Oh golly, fierce fighting. Yeah, but these are next level. That's why we don't really talk about them. We don't. I say I'm just doing this just so that you know that this has been done and this is kind of what you've gone through, whether you like it or not. And if you just give it half a moment of thought, you will know that you've been pushed and pulled. You've like worried about your ancestors, you've worried about your age, you've worried about getting old or you're too young, you've worried about you're ugly, you've worried about the words you've spoken or that you're speaking, you're worrying about the crap in your head that doesn't stop going round and round and round. Um, you're worrying about the fact that you maybe don't always feel so nice inside and you could really like commit some gruesome murder to somebody quite easily. So these are all those very dark aspects that are we hide from other people, we hide from ourselves. But hey, they're out and they're done. Wow. You see, that's the purification. That's exactly, and it's Neptune. Oh, that is just so beautiful. That's new water. I've heard about that intense water that comes from deep, 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 deep. Apparently, it rains inside the earth. The earth thing. So there's all kinds of different waters. So yes, get back with the waters. It's one thing that has kept me sane. Um, it's been like very the lake has been unapproachable. I can't even slide down there. Oh, it's like we've just had these little bits of snow and then it gets ice. And then we had little bits of snow and then it's ice. It's absolutely treacherous outside. But we do have to go on patrol. Um, so why these and it's also I might talk a little bit about the Yantra. It's not a toy, it's just you can have it. Just I really you it works with vibration. All of this stuff is very much on vibration versus people don't really worship these gods and goddesses. Not like Makali is different. Okay, geez. And those can get, Calcutta is where she comes from. Yeah. They cannot be approached through surface devotion. They when you it's like if you invite Makali into your life, she works very quickly, but she can be very harsh. They demand inner honesty. They dismantle your spiritual fantasy. So yeah, our illusion and our delusions. So it's been a very like harsh, honest look at ourselves. And I hope you've done it. I hope we've done it, It's just the beginning, but I hope that we have crossed this um, pain and suffering and all that stuff. And yeah, yeah. And we're so blessed to um, be able to focus so beautifully in Truth Wave and get rid of our crap every day. There's another beautiful process. I do it sometimes during Truth Wave as well. is if you just take, you have this like dark brown cloak around you, and daily, as often as you can, just take it off and just burn it in the holy fire. Okay. Okay, and they work through yantras, silence, and surrender. Something like, yes, there's another, but there's so much happening, hey, with the sun. So it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be awesome. So you really are lucky that you're hearing about the booked Rotary, and I just felt it was just really calm just to let you know. I'm having this vision of a skewer stick because that's what they're like. They just, and we can work with them in our body as this divine axis, which like actually goes up to Shiva because he created them. They came from him. Yeah. So they are unannounced. They are very privately observed. They focus on one deity. They are practiced without outward celebration. There's no big celebration about them. In the Indians, they love their clangs and blangs and clangs. So all through this, and I have really been that's my focus, and for a long time, I think some of you know, and I couldn't find time to actually look for that. A couple of years ago, I had this beautiful vision of Shiva and Mary and Nandi. So let's get into something a little lighter, because you can maybe just like, if you want to just light a candle and just say thank you to these like big goddesses that are allowing this death. And sorry, it's heavy. I'm serious. Got lots of Syrian stuff around. It's like they're not light. The Syrians are not light. They're not going to make you laugh. They're very serious. No jokes. They light, but they're not that light. The Octarians and the Palladians are a little bit more palatable. But the road of the mystic or the seer or the is austere, and it's hard, and it's not for everybody. I just saw something which was just so wonderful. They were interviewing people about studying, and this guy on doing rocket science or something, and he just said, studying is not for everyone. And it's so true. It's not for everyone. Yeah, thank goodness. Otherwise, we'd have nobody to grow out potatoes for us. So Shiva is the witness. He is always there with this stuff. If you don't have Shiva or the Christ energy with you when you're dealing with this, it's going to be like you just drown. Shakti is the force. And Ganesha, he guards the threshold. Without with all of these, they always bring in Ganesha. And as I said, that's Ganesha in that was with the churning of the oceans, which I've gone over quite a few times, where we can let go of our grief, and Shiva took it in his throat. He definitely did not swallow it. It would have been tickets, which is why he's called the blue-throated one. But there's just such a huge lesson for us: is don't swallow it down. Don't we hold it in our throat, which is bad enough. We have enough problems that we can't speak, we stutter, we're scared of community. I think it's one of the biggest fears that people have, is of like saying a speech in public. So it's very, very private, and just enjoy it. Just enjoy it and listen to it and just take it. Yeah, don't call it in too much. It's about very internal alchemy and not an outer ritual. And it honors the hidden faces of the Divine Mother. It's not to comfort us, but to free us. I say, you know me, I found this so very, very rich. Yeah. So Mahashivratri it's also, the timings are all just amazing. And what is happening on the 14th? On the 14th, so that's what I do want to talk about that as well. So just like however you want to prepare yourselves, it's not for me to tell you, can. And then just after that, we have the year of the horse. I think it's on the 17th or the 18th, which is also very interesting. It's that only comes, comes around once every 60 years, so enjoy it. And it's over the years it's become really, it's got a lot of big stuff attached to it. So it's not all rah rah rah, let's ride our little rainbow pony. It's riding the horse backwards, into battle. So you can just think, we can, if you want, we can go into this a bit deeper if you want. Um, yeah, it's Monday, and it's huge this year. Everything's been big this year. And Saturn, I think Saturn goes into Aries on the 14th, and it's going to hang out there. So that's a lot of discipline, and the Lord of Time, I also said, is part of Shiva as well. Um, yeah. Well, now we know how old you are, Debs. You were 3. How old was I? Oh golly, it's a little. What happened? There was a lot of stuff. Yeah, yeah. It's an all-nighter. And why is to keep, and it's to keep our spine straight. And if you can, like, really do some meditation before you do some of the chanting, some of the Namah Shivaya, which is really very beautiful. Listen to the Sky mantra. Um, just do think of Shiva, call on the Christ energy. Just breathing, good old breathing up and down the spine. We've been doing that for working with your posture. And the thing is that you mustn't lie down. You must sit straight so that Shiva can come through your crown chakra and down your back, because he holds that beautiful link. Okay. So it's just so, yeah, I've been doing a lot of, like, I knew this, but I really didn't do it very big this year. I just, because I had more than enough, and I knew that it would vibrate in my life anyway, because it's the third time that I'm doing it. I know about it, and we have discussed these guys quite a bit. So just think which one maybe vibrates the most to you and you want to bring into your life for a while. Maybe you need to work with your tongue, gossip. That's good old Buglamuti. Shush and bash you over the head. I said these are not pretty girls. They raw. So we have, oops, always thank God for Shiva. The pure awareness, the stillness, and the witness. If you just think, Shiva's almost always meditating, or he's dancing. He does a few dances. Um, it's not going to that dance. I think he does dance. He does dance on this Mahashivratri. Um, Ganesha is always the threshold, the guardian of the embodiment, the point where Shakti can safely enter matter. To deal with these goddesses, you need to be reasonably stable, otherwise they will mess you up quite a bit. So it's not playtime. They break. They are full of ego. They break our ego, our rage, our love, our devotion, our annihilation are all active. Therefore, the Mahadevas appear and not the Navadogas. They they rough, but they'll pull you. You know, these are the hard lessons in life. And just really blessed that we can actually move into some of them. Um, do, 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 do. So just very briefly, if you want, I can post this up, which is Kali is time and death. You know, time's running around, we get scared of death. So most people have this big fear of death, which is why she arrives first. And Tara is the crossing. And Tripura is desire. And remember, these girls are pretty emotionless. We're not, they coming from a very, very other space. Bhairavi is fire. Chinnamasta is shock. We have the void, we have silence, we have taboo speech, and then we have Kamala, the worldly return. But it's not, as I said, it's not a song and dance. It's actually coming back and into your power and standing in your power. And this is just where we're moving in right now, which is really grand and fantastic. The spiritual warrior. And say the spiritual warrior is also very, very quiet, very silent. She's not out there with her sword. She's standing her truth. She's standing her ground. It is really, really, really important to bring in Blessed Ganesha, or to root yourselves as much as you can, either with eating. And yeah, these goddesses, they will pull you to be very strict within yourself. So if you don't want to do the fasting and the long nights and the deep prayer, don't, please just give thanks and grace to Parvati, she's deep enough, who plays with water and the sacredness of water. Please don't forget the water. The water it's got so much memory. It's just keeps me alive at the moment. Yeah, it's the dark side. You know, we all have a dark side, which we like to keep hidden, but it's the time of truth right now. So I have also danced around a lot in a lot of color for the last little while, which has been really beautiful. I just want to see what I've got here. It's just so much. Okay. Oh, you know, this is like, for me, it's the problem with anything that has to do with the Hindu stuff, is you just start one thing and it's like unearthing a whole river, a whole flood. There's not just one simple answer. I wish that there was, but I hope I make it a little bit sensible for us. I find it quite like elucidating and enlightening indeed. I'm just going to see what I wanted to moonwalk. Okay, just like I've said it before, there's some beautiful things. So maybe if you want to do a planetary walk, I've also personally, what I do for me, and it's like very much the Hindu thing versus the Buddhist thing. The Buddhists meditate on the void. The Hindus meditate on the light. So I meditate on the light, um, and it's been a lot of rainbows a while back. And as I said to somebody the other day, I really need to share more my art because it's like my journal of kind of what I'm going through. Um, this was really working with the Sri Rantra and working with Patanjali, which are the deep, simple secrets. Yeah, um, playing with my snakes. Um, the seven rishis, which are all cultures have them. They um, brought architecture, medicine, planting, mm, herbs, medicine. So I've been through some of those. Mathematics, geometry. They brought them all. Were the keepers of them. We don't have to go through losing all of them. It's our choice. Yeah, that was just also something. This is up to us. It's up to each individual right now to stand on your ground and to embrace your truth and try to keep it simple, please. No shiny things. Sorry if I'm being a little rough and rude right now, but that's just my where I am right now. I've been through a rough time, a hell of a rough time. um, but at the same time, I've just poured out so much love and divine. That's just what I see, yeah, and just holding that and holding that, and the more I hold it, it's really hard to hold this energy for the earth, but we need to do it because we really are moving into the new earth. The old earth is gone, and the time split is just going to get bigger and bigger, and it's rapidly moving faster and faster. So just now you won't be able to do the splits anymore. Many of us are still doing the splits, and that's absolutely okay, because it's scary. Nobody knows what it is. And sometimes I look and I think, oh God, some of the groups I'm so scared. I'm a little scared. What's the opposite of scared is love. Yeah, it's like I think it's yeah, the fear. You know, the fear is yeah. I'm scared my dog will go. I'm scared of it. So just like feel the fear and do it anyway because we're really being called into courage right now. And just to stand on our awakening. And it's not pretty, but it is. It's very freeing. I'm not rah-rahing and sugarcoating stuff. But hold the earth. I mean, I hold her very dear, and I have very sweet moments with my earth. So, um, you know, but we can go through the dark. We're going through dark nights of the storm. I've also done a lot of rescuing. I think a lot of people out there have been doing rescuing. Um, a lot of rescuing going on. It was something also I had this like very interesting thing in um, Truthwave the other day, but it also in another group a lot of people are traveling out of body, and I just had this thought: this is really where we need to go. There's a beautiful thing that Paramahansa Yogananda said that this is our biggest thing is to get back home, is to find our way back into the astral because that's where we come from. It's not about this earth, though it is about this earth, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Um, but and I had this thought, kind of little one, and this was kind of an answer to it. And I just thought I must actually do, because I take my stuff so much for granted, and I have to really stop taking it for granted because I really do channel like a lot of like big stuff, like way up ahead. Is that a lot of the learning? I think I want to cry because this is like obviously this is where we're going. Is that we're going to be leaving our bodies and coming back, going traveling all over and going to schools and going to learn and that will be the real learning This is definitely happening. That is going to be the real learning and the real truth because we can't trust anything anymore out there. There's so little that you can like believe. You know, so I'm like really grateful that I have a lot of old book knowledge, but that's also is like build basics, build your basics on the basics, on good literature, on good music, and then build from there. And then it's like if when you know the rules, you can break them. So yeah, does that resonate with anybody? Yeah, as I say, I've had a lot of just me and Shiva. Um, Sometimes he's really pretty, and sometimes he's not so pretty. And Ganesha. So please bring in Ganesha. Ganesha is going to be featuring very, very strongly on a planetary scale because there's nobody better than Ganesha. And we've had quite a lot of study here as to what Ganesha actually stands for. Mm. Go, Christine. Whoever's going. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mama. Yes, so much. Yeah, I saw somebody, I think, just it was so over this negativity on the planet. As I said, just remember they want this grief. It's going to be one of the biggest effing businesses that people are going to be making money out of. And people have always done this out of your fear, people will do anything, they'll trash anything. So it's really just step into your truth. Um, yeah, a foot in two worlds, absolutely, Millie. I know. Yeah, yeah. It's we've been through tough stuff here, guys. Since 11/11, and I don't like to push that, but we really have our. I mean, this is the fight, guys. It's the spiritual fight. I think there's a lot of stuff that doesn't want us to move on. You know, yeah, absolutely. So let's just claw. I love you, Lindsay. I love you so much, my love. You're such an inspiration. You're just so sweet. You're just like the epitome of strength and sweetness. Lindsay's just absolutely delightful. And we all have, thank goodness, we all have our our things to do. Yeah. But remember, the stuff's just coming up now. That there are two things that you can really have a little bit of control over, and it really is all about the mind and the body. Mm. I'm so glad. Yeah. I'm having a great time, but it's different. Yeah. It's different. I've had like a lot of like grief with my beloved little dog. And it's been such an overwhelm in between on in everything else. It's just I've just been in this like month of overwhelm of everything and fear and like just surrendering and like really just calling on Shiva hugely because I know that he loves dogs and he's a keeper of dogs as one of his as Bhairav, as his very dark side. His very, very dark side. So that's the extra Makali. The dogs hang out in the funeral places where the dead people are. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Some people have absolutely no idea what's going on. But it's something also. Just like, just look at your groups that you have, bring them in, love them, protect them. Um, Choose wisely. And if you make a mistake, it's also fine. You can choose again. Yeah. Yeah. I think especially when you have kids, but kids are wonderful. I don't know how people manage to grow without children. I have the deepest respect for them because children make you grow. Not for everybody. I mean, there's all these. I can't believe how many fuck ups there are on the planet. But anyway, there are. Um, our beautiful West, we have been taught and told, and even now with this, everybody's arguing. And I don't know what it is within the Western thing why people have to be S. Oh, Debs, you know what? I was thinking earlier on, your dog, when Mayuki was drinking water and going a little, your dogs were going crazy. They were most probably trying to tell me that my dog was getting very ill. Because I remember you brought that up. And yeah, no, he's got very, but he was very fat and spoiled to start off with, so he looks normal now. So it's still early days, but we're just trying to get the balance. And of course, I've got to get to the vet, and I can't get to the vet because of this flipping snow. The ice, not the snow, the ice. Nobody can move with the ice right now. Yeah, just do your cleansings, do your bathings, do whichever your egg things. Just look after yourselves. Take good care of your spiritual. Take good care of your nervous system, your emotional thing. Yeah, and find. We used to just say in the old days, find a healthy outlet for it. Yeah, don't get into too much gossip and discussion. Everybody's got their own thing right now, and that's what it should be right now. We can share a little bit here and there, and respect and careful who you're sharing with, and what you're sharing. So who else have we got here? Yana, and so I'm like been very rainbowy. It looks very pretty. It has. It's just been part of it has been. This has just been my life, which has just been really beautiful. In all this, grief and pain, it's a beautiful. It's very beautiful. Yeah, and I do. Yeah, because I want it. This is what I want very deeply right now. Been playing with the planets. The planets are going crazy, so playing out there. A lot of oming, a lot of really bringing in the sacred sound and hearing that around the planet, riding on sound waves, keeping those mantras going in my head as long as I can, just really pushing through with that, and trying to remind myself every hour I am, or I choose. What am I choosing? I choose. And then just simplicity. Planet's going crazy. Lots of serious stuff happening. Lots of serious. I have these. Actually, there are three beautiful beings around me. And Shiva in a pillar of light. But he's there for everybody, yeah? He's just pouring his energy right now. And it's going to be a very big. So if you can really connect somehow with, or I think a lot of people are connecting with the Octurians. There is a lot of people are having visitations in their dreams. We are seeing beings. A lot of people are having them manifest, and try not to put it into a box as to how you want to see it. Just be very open to it. I just feel but you know me, I do this thing with the. It's like for the sake of almost getting boring, but it's like this is just where I am, and I don't. For now, this is just what I am. I'm in the blue. I'm working hugely with Shiva. I'm so grateful for his love. I'm teaching my dog to pray for his food. Nandi has a very sweet story as well. These stories, they're very sad, but they're very sweet. Nandi was a boy. He was there was a wise sage who wanted a child. I can't remember. I think the child just arrived. Ploop. And he absolutely adored this child. And this child would like meditate from very, very little. And he called him Nandi. And he absolutely adored Shiva. And when he was very young, he wanted to go off into the mountains and meditate. And Shiva heard his call so deeply, and he came to speak with Nandi. And the sage was given the choice. He could, what was it? Um, I can't remember now, but it was a short life and a devout life. Um, and he said, no, he's taking this. He's never had felt such devotion from a being. I mean, obviously, Parvati had thousands and thousands of years of meditation and austerity, but he took this child and he turned him into Nandi, into a bull, which became his devout companion. And in any temples, any Shiva temples, there's always Nandi, and Nandi goes before. Nandi is just totally dedicated. And it was just such a beautiful blessing for the sage, because now he'd lost the boy, but he always had Nandi with him. And in a temple, there's always Nandi. Nandi always holds the space before. And Nandi, he's kind of like the trumpeter and tells people how wonderful Shiva is. He's just so beautiful. It was a bit like a horse there. I don't know, it's a horse bull. But hey, I'm having fun. And yeah, just that's the simple things. We tend to forget how simple life should be. We've made it also incredibly complicated. So I'm going to love and leave us for now. I did have a meditation. I forgot to do. I think we should. There we go. So if we want to just, those are walking ones. Just to anchor. Okay, so just to anchor our spiritual warrior, who is just, it's just, remember, it's like moving house. And I've always said, like, you haven't settled into a home until you know how to make a cup of tea when it's completely dark. So it takes a while, you bump into things. So we've just moved into this space. So just find your balance, find your goddess, find your issue you want to like get rid of, your gossiping, your monkey brain, your lethargy, your drama. Let it go. Find the one and just like bring her quietly. No, it's no devotion. It's just like very, very like personal and private thing, but you know that she's there to work with you. So let's anchor our spiritual warrior. So let's just sit quietly and just breathe in very gently. So begin by placing one hand on your lower belly and one hand over your heart. Gently close your eyes. And remember, there's absolutely nothing to achieve here. Just breathe. Just notice the breath. The cool breath going in and the warm breath going out. Just breathe. And let the body just settle in to the rhythm of the breath. Slowly inhale through your nose and let the breath travel all the way down into your belly. Exhale through your mouth, long and unforced. again. Breathe deeply into your belly and exhale, releasing the weight of the day. With each exhale, feel your body settling, supported, held by the ground beneath you. Now imagine a quiet vertical line inside your body, from the base of the spine up through the center of your chest to the crown of your head, a strong golden light. As you inhale, feel the breath gently rise along this inner line, and as you exhale, feel it soften and settle. Nothing needs to move fast, just very gently up and down, being aware of the breath and aware of this golden line through your spine. Bring your awareness to your heart center. Inhale slowly, as if the breath is widening the heart space. Exhale. Allow the shoulders, jaw, and belly to soften. Let the breath create steadiness. Not emotion, just steady. This is strength without hardness, presence without effort, using the immaculate technology of the body. And let us regulate the nervous system. Now begin a balanced breath. Inhale for a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. Pause gently for 2. And exhale for a count of 6. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, exhale, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you exhale, tell your body, I am safe, I am here, I am centered. Now let us integrate by allowing the breath just to return to its natural rhythm. Being aware of the cool air going in and the warm air going out. Warm air going in and the cool air going out. Very quiet, very alert, very grounded. Notice how strength feels when it is calm. Notice how clarity feels when it is gentle. When you're ready, take one deeper breath in through the nose and release it slowly through the mouth, like a big sigh. Carry this steadiness, this golden rod within you. Bring it into your speech, into your action, into rest. This is focus. The warrior we are becoming does not rush. They arrive very present. Put your hands together and just say 3 Oms. Om. Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. Oh, hello, Susie. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, we are one. Thank you, beautiful family. Let the energy of the Christ Spirit gallop into your life and just ride with it. It's really fun out there. I'm sorry if I've made it sounded a little heavy. Peace. Love you, Victor. I love you so much. And thank you all. Thank you for your love and your support and for being there when I wasn't there. And I really felt you all. It was extremely turbulent times. But hey, bless you, my beautiful ones. I will be here on Friday. Because this was like releasing the serpent's tail. Yeah, and remember who holds the serpent's tail is actually Ganesha, which is Ketu. We did speak, but it doesn't matter right now. And we will be embracing the cosmic serpent's head on Friday. So allow a lot of this shit just to dissolve. Don't get into too much. And it's so much crap is coming up, guys. You know, stuff again and again. And it's just saying, hello, thank you for being there. Bye. Thank you. Acknowledge you. Cry if you must. But please just don't hold on to it. It's just there to like as a little quick picture. And as I said, what my mantra at the moment, well, my thing at the moment is not I am, though obviously it is that, but it's work with I choose at the moment. So whatever I do is I choose. I choose to stay in bed a little longer. I choose to go to bed now. I choose. I choose. I choose. So we're becoming, and this is the spiritual warrior, to be conscious and responsible. Just for yourself, just for your own inner being. So I love us all very much. And I'm actually on a 6-day retreat right now. So I'm sure it's going to be interesting. I will share with us. So I love us, and I think I'll see you in the morning, in the night, or whenever it is. So namaste, namaste, namaste. I see and love and appreciate and value so much the love and the light in each and every one of you, and every human and every being on the planet. Okay, let me not go too wild and wonderful. I was tripping. I was having a dance with cabbage earlier on. I was really tripping out on this purple cabbage. It was talking to me. So, I'm having a great time. I love you lots, guys. Just remember, keep that gold thing. You are the axis. Keep that axis connected. Father Sky. The Sky mantra is Shiva's mantra. You know, it's like Shiva. Oh, so underrated. Love us all. Namaste. And we will see you hopefully on. Oh, please go shout. Oh, go shout. There's nothing quite like shouting. Or just saying that's when you get to surrender, Debs. That's it. You know, when you become raw and you say, I've had enough of this. And you take God and you shake God. It's okay. That's what God's waiting for. You will actually hear them applaud. Yeah. And then other things will come in. So love, 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 love us all. Peace, one love, and just jump. We're in the new earth, so keep creating it now. Yeah, keep creating it. Love us all. Thank you so much for being here. Love, love,